Welcome back, guys. It's Maverick here today with another episode of Engage Kiss. So last episode, we actually got a lot more information and backstory regarding the entire series, right? Which, of course, is an original one, so we don't really know what's going to happen, and we are all learning along. So some of the stuff that we have already been speculating and were just confirmed, such as like Shu's backstory, his family, his sister, and whatnot. Some were later revealed, like the sort of like conspiracy behind all of this and whatnot. And then there were also some things revealed that I'm just kind of meh towards. Like I don't like how they have this entire Ayano backstory situation with Shu, and yet only now, like so many years later, is the truth revealed to Ayano. And I don't know, it just kind of doesn't really feel right when they're supposed to be like in such a deep relationship, and yet no, they don't know anything about it. Like, you guys get what I mean? But anyways, I already mentioned that a lot in the last episode, so I'm not gonna continue to ramble on here. We do have a more formal declaration of this sort of like love triangle that is going on, even if theirs it's been obvious since day one. So yeah, let's just get into it and see how exactly this relationship of theirs is going to progress forward. All right, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh! It's the nun character we keep on seeing in the opening. And I'm guessing she's here to exterminate some demons? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not going to turn into, like, another love rival or anything. They're pretty, like, set on this sort of, like, love triangle situation that's going on. And the Hellcat songs are always so fun. So let's have a guess in regards to the nun character, right? Like, is she also going to be utilizing some sort of supernatural or magical abilities in order to fight against the demons? Because, like, I don't know, like, a lot of the sort of demon extermination we are seeing so far is actually with conventional weaponry, right? Like, I don't know, the guns that she's fire is nothing special. It's you can use it on normal humans as well, right? And whereas obviously Kisara is more demonically inspired, if you will. So what is the nun character gonna use? Oh. Oh. Oh, you mean the kiss? Or actually the sex. We've been. Oh. That voice, though. I've heard that voice before. Who is that? Come on, Kisara. Why are you being so... It's not like Shu abandoned you. Oh, he's mad that he had sex with Ayano? But now, because she took those memories, she can't do anything about it? I don't know. Like, from a certain perspective, of course, you have to feel for Kisara, right? But, oh. Isn't this... kind of like this... Oh, no, actually, never mind. I thought that was the spear that pierced through his sister, but no, it's not the same at all. Is this like a flashback to when you met Kisara? So she is actually like a pure demon? Mm. Just doing the same thing as Kisara is doing now. Oh, 35 likes as well? Nah. Well, I mean, one's a human, one's... yeah. Oh, she took care of it. Hmm. No, she's... It seems that she's... I think we just saw her panties. They were white, by the way. Oof. Damn. What? What? Huh? I guess that's something that they're used to doing. Like, they're not afraid of killing him. Well, what can I say? This girl has style. Who is that voice? I feel like I'm quite familiar with that voice, but just can't quite remember. His informant? Hmm. Celestial Abbey. You know, I feel like this person is definitely like one of the. I originally thought it was Ayano's mom, but then I thought it was. But now I'm thinking it's probably one of the sisters who are working in the city hall, right? I mean, I think it's definitely a lady, right? It's a girl. I mean, at the end of the day, you guys are the ones who shot your own people. Okay, so this is. Yeah, so the mom knows, right? And she probably knew even earlier. So I guess they're not quite keen on demonically possessed as well, right? Oh. She said she was going to see acquaintances, so actually they know each other, eh? Is that Kisara? Yeah, yeah. Ooh. Man, this lady. Man, I like this. I like this family so much. Holy crap! I mean, they've got to be using some sort of like power, right? Wait. So she. Don't you guys like lock your phones or anything? That's what you're. Although I guess. Oh, why did you try calling her? Sun and Burine. So they haven't met in 3 years. So were they already kind of like. I don't know, please just get to the point. Damn, this guy's pretty... Taking a fall from a second floor like no. Well, I guess he probably is kind of like strengthened by. He is kind of strengthened by his contract as well, I'm guessing. I'm sure Kisara is going to show up at like the very last moment or something. Woof! Oh! Oh yeah, because his memories were... So why is a demon here, though? I'm kind of... I'm actually really interested in this backstory. Hmm? So in the end, you got exactly into the same position. I actually really wasn't expecting the nun to know about Shu, but I guess Sharon. Oh, okay, agree. Lumi, Lumi-san. All right, see you guys after this. Well, more backstory in this episode, right? And then we get introduced to another pretty interesting character here. I gotta say, like, in all honesty, even though Sharon is taking much more of a pseudo-antagonist role here, or at least, I mean, she's definitely... I definitely feel like she's probably going to be on the protagonist side, right? But she's probably going to have, she's probably going to cause our other main characters no shortage of problems here. But I honestly like this kind of character, you know, this kind of character that really just throws everything into chaos and whatnot. And not to mention that she's hot and she fights really well, so what's not to love about her, right? She's definitely maybe a little bit loco as well. I don't know whether that's just something where like all people from that abbey are kind of like this, or maybe Sharon is peculiar in her own way. But with that being said, though, I actually don't think she's going to be like you know, competing or like making this into a harem series or whatnot. Like obviously they have worked together before, but I don't really feel that it's going to go that sort of direction. If they do, like if they do, then I'll eat my words. But I don't think it's really necessarily good for the progression of this anime or the story. I think keeping it like focused on Ayano and Kisara, that itself already be quite enough, all things considered. So we learn a little bit more backstory as well, including Kisara, and I think at this point we can finally confirm that yes, she is a pure demon, right? Or, well, she is a demon. Now, whether or not she's pure, that remains to be seen, right? Like, I still have this sneaking suspicion that she's sort of like a half demon or whatnot, where she's not like entirely like the other demons of some sort. That could kind of probably also explain why like she was being sealed there. And in fact, that's probably one big question as well, like, right? Like, why was she sealed there instead of, like, I don't know, once demons are defeated, aren't they supposed to like go back to their demon world or whatnot? Like, why was she specifically sealed, if you will? And all things that relate to all that. I mean, I'm pretty sure the situation is that, okay, there was this sealed demon, and so Shu learned of this demon's existence. He wanted his powers, so went forward to find her and make a contract with her and whatnot. Judging from like the reactions and how the story is going so far, I guess maybe like Kisara kind of like was fell in love with Shu just because he said he needed her or something of that sort. Like the fact that someone wants her, it's probably going to turn into another one of those like codependency sort of backstories, which I'm not against, all things considered. I mean, they are trying to lay it on thick for this episode, right? Like, trying to really, how can I put this? Really put her in a more sympathetic light and make us feel more sympathy for her. I'm sure that she's going to be, like, back to her usual cheery self. To be honest, I don't really like to see this kind of, like, one-sided... I don't really like to see this kind of one-sided, one side winning all the time. Like in the first few episodes, you could say that Kisara was always having the upper edge over Ayano, right? And whereas in this one, the situation, I guess in the last one as well, the situation was kind of reversed, right? And so now she's getting a taste of her own medicine now here, and like, it's really hard to say like which side you should stand on this, because I obviously, we feel for Kisara and whatnot, right? Like, she's certainly quite pitiful in this particular episode. But at the same time, though, I can't really get over, like, I don't know, I'm, like, from a human perspective, right? She's done so much as well for Shu, and I think one of the things that I feel like is really, really unfair about everything is the memories of Ayano that is being sort of like drawn away, right? It's one thing to say that, I don't know, it just doesn't really sit well with me, right? If they were, like, we don't exactly know the extent of Shu's and Ayano's relationship, right? I mean, they were lovers at one point, they were boyfriend, girlfriend. Now, how far did that love actually extend to? That remains a question mark, right? I mean, obviously, Ayano is still deeply in love with Shu. On Shu's perspective, we only have some hints in terms of his conversation with Kisara in regards to all of this, right? But just based on those bits and tidbits, I'm inclined to believe that Shu really, really loved Ayano very much as well. And yet, at this point in time, just making all the memories like go away, like all those times you spent together and whatnot, it's just such a sad situation, right? It's one thing if they kind of like did something. They kind of like betrayed each other or had a falling out or whatnot, and then erase all of that as well. But it's really just erasing the good times, the good memories, right? So I don't know, this kind of like, I really hate this kind of taking away memories kind of thing. It's especially if you're talking about sort of like a more romantically inclined anime. It's got to be like one of the most frustrating and heartbreaking things to do in terms of a storyline. But so that's why, like, even now at this point, like, obviously I feel for Kisara, and I don't really want her to continue to be slumping now. But at the same time, I can't. I mean, I have to stand by Ayano. I'm sorry. I do feel that she's also, all things considered, she's actually getting the short end of the stick here, right? So that's why I feel sympathy for her a lot as well. I know how exactly is this going to go forward, right? But then again, one's a demon, one's a human. I don't really think there is going to be a conflict going forward, if you guys get what I mean. But we'll have to see how the story develops from that perspective, right? And then I guess next episode we will be having a little bit more of a flashback, probably getting to the end of what we saw, that how Shu initially met Kisara and how they eventually got to form a contract with each other. And watch as the story continue on, right? What exactly is Sharon going to do here? That remains to be seen. Obviously, she's to exterminate demons, but I think the fact that she's here, I don't really think she's going to be here and just like have a big fight. We're probably going to see her have a big fight with Kisara, right? Now, whether or not she's really here to exterminate her or apprehend her or whatnot, that remains to be seen. I really don't think that's actually what she wants to do at all. But then again, why exactly is she here, right? That's definitely a big question mark. Like, is it actually going to turn into another, like, sort of love interest angle? Like I said, I really don't hope so. I feel like the triangle relationship as it is already compelling enough, and I do want them to develop a little bit more, not just from a rom-com perspective, having this sort of like catfights and all that. Like, that's fun and all, but I do feel that as we have been hinted at so far in a few of the episodes, there is like a deeper relationship that Shu has formed with both Ayano and Kisara, right? And I like them to expand on that and explore that a little bit more, rather than your more generic sort of harem sort of rom-com situation here, right? Like even in harem rom-coms, the ones I enjoy the most are those that really try to build an actual rapport between the characters, and to have the romance actually have a good basis, right? Not just like you meet once and then some unforgettable experience happens, or some huge experience happens and then you're suddenly deeply madly in love, and that's the end of that. I feel like these things should be cultivated, and obviously because we're kind of like getting into this after the cultivation has already been done, and yet at the same time, though, because of the entire like memory loss situation, there's obviously lots of opportunities to actually cultivate it a little bit more, right? So that's the route that I do want to see here. As for other stuff like the informant, like I'm still at this point in time, I'm still putting my suspicion on one of these sisters, the sisters, sorry, that's like the daughters of the mayor here, right? Like I always forget like what their name is, like kind of hard to actually say, because it's like it's a complex name, but I do feel like it's one of the sisters, though the hair color is definitely different, so that remains to be seen, right? Maybe it could be like an entirely new and different character. That's also a possibility. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. Interesting new character, interesting new development. Hope Kisara gets out of her slump soon. I do want her to actually, actively kind of like fight with Ayano for Shu's infection. I feel like that makes it the situation a lot more interesting, honestly, rather than just being down in dumps and really just how can I say this, like just slumping all over the place, right? I do hope she gets her mojo back, and then we can start from like an equal fighting perspective, right? Because I feel like the fights so far have not been really on an equal footing, and so now I think they can both be put on the starting line and go forward. But anyways, that is it for this episode. Thank you guys. I will see you guys next time. Stay tuned, and bye bye.